fear is universal. A dark alley at night, the creak of a floorboard in an empty house, the sudden sound of breathing. When you know you alone, these things work in books and films because they play with imagination and sound. But games are something else entirely. In a horror movie, you're safe. You're a witness, sitting in a darkened room as actors make their poor choices. In a game, the poor choice is yours. You are the one who opens the door, you are the one who runs into the shadows, and you are the one who stands frozen as something unspeakable moves toward you. Horror in video games isn't passive, it's active. It demands your participation. This is why scary encounters in games linger in memory far longer than most films. They become personal stories. Ask a veteran gamer about the first time a zombie dog leaped through a window in Resident Evil, or when the radio static screamed in Silent Hill, and you'll see their expression change. Their pulse quickens, even years later. What follows are not just descriptions of frightening moments. They are journeys, encounters that players lived through. We'll walk through haunted mansions, fog-filled towns, cursed villages, and even the boundaries of sanity itself. These are the stories of the nights when screens glowed in the dark and players held their breath, hearts pounding as the monsters crept closer. The Spencer Mansion is quiet, but not peaceful. Every wall feels wrong, every shadow heavy with threat. You move slowly, the creak of your footsteps echoing through the grand hallway. Then a strange noise cuts through the silence, wet, sloppy, like meat being torn apart. You follow it into a side room, lit only by a flickering candle. At first, you see only a man, kneeling, hunched over another body. Relief begins to spark in your chest. Maybe you've found a survivor. But then he turns. The movement is unnaturally slow. His head pivots around as if the bones in his neck are grinding. His face is pale, skin stretched thin, and his mouth is drenched in blood. His cloudy, lifeless eyes lock onto yours. This was the first zombie encounter in Resident Evil. It wasn't just a monster, it was a declaration of what the game would become. The tension wasn't from loud music or flashy effects, but from silence, atmosphere, and the horrifying reveal that this mansion is no safe refuge. It's a graveyard that refuses to stay dead. Players who witnessed this moment didn't just fight a zombie, they stepped into a nightmare where nothing least of all the dead could be trusted. Once you've adjusted to the horrors of the mansion, your nerves begin to settle. You've survived a few battles. You think you understand the rhythm. Then comes the hallway. It's narrow, lined with tall windows. Lightning flashes outside, illuminating the space in quick bursts. The camera angle is fixed, giving you no control over what you can see. You hear only the sound of your footsteps against the wooden floor. Then smashed glass explodes inward as two monstrous zombie dogs leap through the window. Their snarls cut through the silence, primal and vicious. You fumble with the clunky controls, trying to aim as they lunge at you with snapping jaws. Panic replaces strategy. Your pulse pounds in your ears as you scramble to survive. The brilliance of this moment wasn't just in the scare, it was in the betrayal of trust. Players thought hallways were safe, empty spaces, connecting rooms. After this scene, every corridor became a place of dread. Resident Evil had rewritten the rules. Now, nothing could be trusted. Silent Hill was already a place of unease. The thick fog, the distorted radio static, the oppressive emptiness, it all gnawed at the edges of sanity. But then came something more terrifying. In the apartments of Silent Hill 2, James Sunderland hides inside a cramped closet. The slats of wood barely let him see the room outside. What he sees chills him and every player watching to the core. A massive figure, tall and broad, drags a colossal blade across the floor. His head is encased in a giant angular helmet, obscuring any trace of humanity. This is Pyramid Head. He doesn't move like other monsters. He stalks, deliberate and unhurried, like a predator in complete control. In this encounter, James and the player cannot fight back. They cannot escape. They can only watch as Pyramid Head performs unspeakable acts. The message is clear. This creature isn't just another enemy. He is a manifestation of something deeper, darker, and unstoppable. The terror of Pyramid Head wasn't about a jump scare, it was about presence. His first appearance in the apartment made players feel like prey caught in the gaze of something eternal and inescapable. Silent Hill had birthed one of gaming's most enduring nightmares. Long before modern consoles delivered photorealism, Silent Hill used its limitations to its advantage. The PlayStation couldn't render far distances, so developers cloaked the town in dense fog. That fog became its identity, a suffocating veil that hid what was coming. 2. Your only warning of danger was the radio in your hand. It hissed and crackled louder the closer an enemy lurked. You could walk for minutes in complete silence, nerves slowly unwinding until the static screeched, louder and louder, as shadows emerged from the mist. The brilliance here wasn't just in what you said, was in what you couldn't. The fog and static created anticipation, and anticipation is often worse than the scare itself. Every step forward was a gamble. Was the sound in the mist an enemy, or just your imagination? Players who experienced this moment often describe it as pure dread. It wasn't about shocking you once, it was about keeping you terrified at all times. There. In Silent Hill, the town itself was alive, and it never let you forget that you were walking straight into its jaws.